How much time until an unused hard drive loses its data? Do you guys know how much time needs to pass until the data stored on a hard drive starts to degrade? To keep the data intact for long periods of time, I heard you need to periodically rewrite it on the hard drive, like every 5 years or so. Is it true?
Hard drives fail and are not good long-term storage devices. But you do not need to rewrite anything on them. If you want to keep data over long periods of time, get a magnetic tape drive. They are used by large companies for their data. Hard drives, flash storage and CDs will generally last around 10 years max. Magnetic tapes can last for 50 years and possibly longer. Source: this URL.
I bought a very old Zenith 386 system with an RLL full-height hard drive, circa 1987 at a local thrift store for $5. Had 640 KB of RAM and a 386 CPU. Before you had IDE hard drives, you had MFM and RLL drives. These did not have the controller electronics on board but had ribbon cables that went to an ESA controller card. Very old drive. Plugged it up, got it to boot. After figuring out the BIOS drive type, it was something like 70 MB, just fine. Had MS-DOS 5.0 installed. Scan disk revealed one bad sector on the drive. Might have been caused due to movement. This is from the era where drives didn't lie about their bad sectors, and had a defect table sticker on it. So I imagine if they are in climate-controlled conditions and not subject to shock or vibration that they would last quite a long time.
The conventional wisdom is that you should revisit your data every 5 years to make sure that you can still read it. The general consensus is that the magnetic platters in the drive will start to degrade in 5 years of storage. The bigger issue is that storage technology changes. That means a format that works today will be unreadable 5 to 10 years from now. The best option you really have is to have multiple copies on multiple formats and to check on the data at least once or twice a decade. That's really the only way to make sure that the data is both intact and on a format that can still be read. If you can afford it, you could always pay someone else to manage it. Services like Carbonite can store lots of data for long periods of time. They also can provide disaster recovery services in case you lose your computer and local backups. Hope this helps.
The data on the HD will last much more than 2 years, so there is a very good chance you can recover it. The only problem might be that new hardware could be incompatible with old hardware, but 2 years isn't long at all.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.